Yo, man. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of For the Love of the Game. And I'm excited to be here, bro. I'm excited to be here. Hopefully y'all are excited to be here because if you are a fan of the game, if you love the game like I do, so you see the title, you know what I'm saying? If you love the game like I do, we have had an interesting Thursday and Friday this week of basketball. Today, Saturday, but Thursday and Friday have been very, very interesting. Before I go any further, make sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Just do anything, man. If you like what I gotta say, if I talked about your team in a good or a bad way, leave a good or bad comment. I mean, I don't know. Just leave one of those. You could leave a dislike. I mean, I wouldn't prefer that, but whatever you want to do, just come back. But man, Thursday, we're gonna start off with Denver and Portland. Let me tell y'all what, man. I had Portland. I did not think Denver's others were gonna be able to come out and be big enough in absence of Jamal Murray. I did not. I said that on here. I'ma stick to it. I did not have faith in the others. And the last two games of the series, the last two, the most crucial, it was knotted up 2-2. The last two games of the series, the others stepped up like I couldn't imagine. And basically said, whoever hosts that podcast For the Love of the Game, he need to ban it because he don't know what he's talking about. The others, man, Michael Porter had 26, 22 in the first half. Oh, my. Monte Morris again had 22. He had 28 in game 5. I'm sorry. He had 28 in game 5, 22 tonight. You got 10 from Capazzo. You got 13 from Aaron Gordon. And, of course, you got your usual 36, 6, and 8 from Jokic. My whole thing was I finally thought this was going to be the year that Dame was able to come in and instead of the injuries bothering his team, because Portland is always haunted by injuries. They get hurt every postseason. Something happens. They either play through it or a guy comes back late in the series. More is an injury happens every year to them. So it finally happened to their opponent. I think this is the year that Dame can do it. And the others, bro, Austin Rivers had a game of like 18 this series. He had a big game. He hit big threes in game 5. When Dame was still having that amazing game, Austin Rivers was still doing his thing. And you got to give credit where credit is due, bro. Like, I was wrong. I had Portland in 6. I didn't have faith in these dudes. And these dudes, everybody knew Michael Porter Jr. was going to have a bigger role on this team with Jamal Murray missing. And he came in. He didn't miss a beat. He was ready to play from the get-go. He relished in the moment, man. We heard him last year in the bubble when they played the Lakers. And he was like, our offense is too much around Jamal Murray and Jokic. And that was a big crazy thing. Like, why would you say that to the media? But he just a dude, bro, who wants to compete. He works. He probably works his tail off. And he like, hey, I can hoop too. And he's taking full advantage of it. They gonna have, who they gonna have? Denver. Oh yeah, they got Phoenix next round. We gonna touch on that. So let's wait. We gonna do a whole second round. But that's it for this one, man. Like I said, great game from the others in games 5 and 6 to close out Dame and Portland. But when we go to Portland, man, we got some questions, man. We have major question marks. So we all know Dame's amazing game 5. He had 55 points, 17 to 24 shooting, 12 to 17 from 3. Amazing. Sent the game in the double OT. Late game turnover by CJ McCollum. They lose that one as well, despite Dame's amazing 55-point outing. We look today. Dame has 28. CJ has 21. Nurkic has 13. Covington has 11. Norman Powell has 17. Melo has 14. Anthony Simmons off the bench giving you 9. This was a great game as a collective unit. 126-115 is the final score. If you watch the game, they went Portland, cold in the fourth quarter. A team who doesn't usually do this. They don't usually have this. They went cold in the fourth quarter, and that usually never happens. So they made one field goal in the fourth quarter. And he shot 8 for 20 overall. CJ McCollum was 9 for 21 overall. CJ had 21 points on 21 shots. I mean, you want more from them, but considering what they've done, they're always a step short. The question becomes, what's next for Portland? We've seen them just get rid of Terry Stotts, their head coach, who's been their head coach for like 9 years or so. maybe even longer. But they've had 4 first-round exits out of the last 5 years. So they've been in the playoffs, but every year but one, they've been bounced in the first round. And then we all seen the post from Dame quoting the late great Nipsey Hussle. How long should I stay dedicated? How long to opportunity meet preparation? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if Dame throwing shots. I don't know what's going on, but Dame has been there. He's gave his blood, sweat, and tears to that organization, and they haven't been able to get over the hump. It's going to be an interesting offseason. Like I said, we just seen Terry Stotts be removed. And now Dame is out again. The question is, does Dame leave? We have the same question. He got the Supermax. He's not leaving. Does CJ leave? Is that the last game? It's so many questions regarding that. I'm sure we're going to hear about it in the offseason, or we'll see. But shout out them boys. But, man, they had to go home. They had to go home. Denver moved on. Shout out Denver. They did their thing. Now we move on to Phoenix versus LA. Hey, man, I'm coming right off the muscle saying right now. Was this series a little dictated and derailed by injuries? Yes, absolutely. Is that the Phoenix Suns' fault? No. That's what I've been saying, man. I'm not going to get up here and discredit they win. I'm going to say Anthony Davis not playing definitely played a big part in it. It was 2-2 at one point. Anthony Davis gets hurt that game, and they end up he gets hurt at half. They get blown out the rest of that half. Yeah, it was 2-1. I knew it was. Yeah, it was 2-1. My bad, it was 2-1. They go down, they knot it up 2-2. He's out for game 5, 3-2. In game 6, he comes in. Shout out AD. I do want to say that, man, because, you know, these NBA players, man, they go through so much to get to the postseason. LA was hurt before the postseason started. They literally played, Bron played 2 games, the play-in games, where his warm-up, his condition on that ankle. AD got hurt, and, you know, he battled through. Man, and then got hurt again, and he couldn't go anymore. But to come out and play for your team and to at least try, he understood the magnitude of that game. He understood that series. He understood who they were going against and how bad his team needed him, and he tried. That's the one thing, man. They tried. And I'm going to get back to Phoenix, though. They came out, bro, game 6, flew around with so much intensity on the defensive end, and just was like, listen, what a championship team does is that when you smell blood, you go get it. Chris Paul want him an NBA championship, bro. Don't get it messed up now. Chris Paul wants him an NBA championship. Him and Brown are boys till the day they die, forever. But when you step between them lines in playoff basketball, and one dude has 4 rings, and is, you know, the best. I don't want to do that, but the best out of the little group as far as rings and accolades wise, okay. But you got another dude who he done sniffed it a couple times. He done been at the doorstep of getting there a couple times. His whole message is we can beat these dudes. AD is out. That doesn't matter. Still act like he's there. Play hard the whole game. And Chris Paul battling that shoulder injury, man. There's a difference. Everybody want to compare the injuries. There's a difference, man. Chris Paul battling because he's still in the league and playing with him. You play him, he down the man. We get it. But Devin Booker, man, young. 15 for 22. That's 68%. 8 for 10 on 3. That's 80%. He also had 11 rebounds, and he had 47 points. Bucket after bucket, a big first half. When LA was making their runs in the second half, he was hitting big shots in the second half. And then at the end was definitely chirping. You know what I'm saying? The slander, the pettiness by D-Book. He commented on SportsCenter when he was talking trash to Dennis Schroeder. He commented, that's tough. Fire emoji, 100 emoji. If anybody know Dennis Schroeder, that's his thing. He say that's tough. All on Instagram, all in the comments. That's his thing. That's tough with those same emojis. D-Book light him up for 47 in a closeout game. Talk trash to him at the end and make SportsCenter and comment that's tough. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Show your muscle there, man. That's the thing. When you beat Bron, it can be a good and a bad thing. You're going to feel yourself for sure. You're going to be feeling yourself, but you got to know the man going to be back. That's a different conversation. I ain't getting it right now. It's a different conversation. I'm with it. You got 18 from Jay Crowder. Solid all the way around. Cameron Payne has 7. Again, Chris Paul had 8. 8 points, 12 assists. He was 4 for 12. He played about 30 minutes, but he had 8 points. Big factor, man. You can't take that for granted, man. You don't know what he does to a team and to a lineup. And then we go to LA, bro. Like I said, LA was hurt. Okay. Not only was AD hurt, AD played 5 minutes in this game. Had literally no stats. That's how literally he was on the floor. He got hurt at the very beginning of the game. I don't know, bro. Injuries got to play a part in this. They do, right? More ways you lost. More ways Phoenix did what they have to do, but injuries have to play a part. You don't have to throw no pity party. I don't even want to play the what if game. I just want everyone to acknowledge that they did play a part. Okay? Just make sure we know that. LeBron was still hurt. I was talking to my cousin. He's like, LeBron wasn't hurt when he was dancing and catching oops off the backboard. That is very true. Okay? So it's just that he lost it. The narrative is going to be the ankle, but I'm going to roll with it. Because I vouch for Bron because he's like this generation. Don't nobody want to give credit to the man. All this slander. Man, this is the first time he's ever lost in the first round. Ever. He's 14-1. Ever. I think the slander has been from people who don't really know too much about basketball, so that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's not the big people trying to put smut on his name. But we got to talk about, it was a little, he could have played harder. I said that in game 5. Man. I don't know if he wanted to play. But at the same time, when he was sitting on the bench in the second half, he was sitting for 30-second to literally 1 minute spurts. So I can't say the man should have played harder when he sat, it was for 30 seconds, okay? Shout out that man, Bron. But on a couple bonehead plays that the Lakers did make, yes. But, Bron, you can't have your head down. You can't walk back in a pivotal game. Jay Crowder was able to hit 2 threes, one in game 5, one in game 6, because something happened on LA's end. Bron did not get back. Jay Crowder's his man. Jay Crowder has a corner 3 in the left corner. It was the left corner. 2 of them. Bron not getting back. I mean, we understand who Bron is. But when your teammates see that, it makes it hard. If they feel like the best player in the world, the best player on their team has given up, then they have no chance to win. And you got 19 from KCP, which was great to get him back. You got 20 from Schroeder. You got 12 from Caruso. You got 12 from, you got 12 from Wesley Matthews. You got 12 from THT. The problem was the first half. That second half, LA came to play. Bron played 41 minutes. That means he sat 7 minutes of actual time. They came to play, man. It was that first half. That first half, they did not come to play. I think they had like 14 points to finish the first quarter. Too far, because in the second half, they pulled to within 12 a lot. They pulled right in that area, right where you want to be, right in striking distance. In bonehead technicals, in about 3 possessions of fouls, put Phoenix on the line. Every time LA scores, you get easy points on free throws. They're at about 17, and now all you need is a D-Book 3. That extends it to 20, and now you're back to where you were. We needed more from Bron. But nothing less than a healthy LA team was gonna beat this Phoenix team. So shout out Phoenix, man. It's not too much to say, man. They real deal. They did what they had to do. It's not their fault about AD. I'm gonna keep saying that. Chris Paul hungry for a championship. D-Book hungry to prove that he with this. Jay Crowder, veteran players, they prove it. They with it. They wanted that win more than we know. And they got it. They close out the series. They move on to round 2. Now we got Clippers versus Mavs, man. Mr. Kawhi Leonard. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. The rotations in the playoffs have gotten so small, man. One dude, Zubac, played 5 minutes. Luke Kennard played 10. They might as well not even be in the rotation. The Clippers are running about 6 players playing about 30 minutes. In the talk, the man of the hour is Kawhi Leonard. The man had 45, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. But he was 18 for 25, 5 for 9 on the 3. Not many times do you see people have 45 and make 5 threes in today's basketball. Kawhi Leonard straight mid-range, straight bully ball to the basket, played super aggressive, and they needed all 45 of these points to win this game. Listen to the scoring balance. 45 from Kawhi, 20 from PG, 25 from Reggie Jackson. After that 25 from Reggie Jackson, the next dude is Nicholas Batum. He has 6. They relied on 3 players. And if you didn't have all of that 45 from Kawhi, considering this was a 7-point win, you might lose it. They pulled away late. Kawhi hit big bucket after big bucket. after big bucket after big bucket. Oh my goodness, the man was on fire, you know. So Kawhi was, I mean, not Kawhi, my bad. PG was 6 for 15. He did have 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 20 points. He took on a little bit of the point guard role. But he didn't. He had a weird game. Like statistically, he had a good game, but when you watch it, you was like, is he really there? Reggie Jackson, bro, 25, 8 for 15. He started off 7 for 7, I think. He was on one, man. Reggie Jackson did his thing. The biggest difference in this game, not even the biggest difference. Let me say this first. We are watching the ultimate chess match, bro. From coaches, we watch Dallas go super big. Right at the 4, they got Porzingis. At the 5, they got Boban. Boban 7'4" for people who don't know. Real big dude, 7'4", 290 pounds. And we watch LA go small ball with Marcus Morris at the 4. Let me make sure it's Marcus. I always get them mixed up. Yes, Marcus Morris at the 4. Nicholas Batum at the 5. Right? We are seeing the ultimate chess match, and then we're seeing finally, we're seeing Kawhi go back to being a little bit of the top 5 dude he was as far as the two-way. There is no reason that this team has all these defenders and they switch every pick, and Luka for 2 games has Zubac on him on the pick and roll. They're switching less. That's exactly what they should be doing. They're switching when they feel comfortable with it. No more switching just because. Kawhi was on him a big part of this game, and Luka, this game was 11 for 24, 2 for 9 on 3. 28 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. Luka's going to do that. Those are your usual Luka numbers, but you make him shoot 11 for 24. He has a -8 plus minus, and you win that game. Like, literally, you win it and you win the matchup. That's what has to happen. You got 23 from Tim Hardaway. If you can limit Luka and get those numbers from Tim Hardaway here in this game 7, you'll win that one too. 7 from Porzingis. He shot the ball 7 times. And the keys to the game 7, man, in order for the Mavs to win, you need something from Porzingis. You need your big lineup to work, and it works if Porzingis works. Luka's been working all series, every single one. And for the Clippers, man, you need Kawhi to be Kawhi again. You need PG to be a little resemblance of PG-13 in Indiana, please. Because the playoff narrative is getting to him a little bit. And if he don't show up in the game 7, and if Kawhi does, that's going to be bad. But this team needs this win. The Clippers need this win, especially from last year, especially from all the hype about the King of LA and all this and yada, yada, yada. They need this win. I had Clippers in 7 already. Everybody's tweeting me when it was 2-0. I got Clippers in 7 still. That's how I'm rocking. I'm putting my money, I'm putting my chips on Kawhi Leonard. And we also got round 2 starting today. We got Brooklyn versus Milwaukee. I'm not going to get into it because I'm going to have a video out about my picks. But I just want to tell you, man, an interesting 2 days of basketball. Shout out Phoenix. Shout out Denver. If the Clippers win, this will be a whole totally different year. And like, so I'm going to get on that. But it'll be a year where like all the teams who weren't supposed to win are going to win. In the East, we got Joel out. Slight meniscus tear. Trey. Could they? I don't know. Man, but look, man, check it out. Just watch my previous video right here. Subscribe to the channel right here. I'll see y'all next week. We out.